Call the Historical Commission to order. So we've got the Secretary's minutes. Everyone want to? Oh yes. Is anyone recording besides LAkeCAM? Usually not, anyway. So everyone read your minutes of the last meetings.
You make a motion to accept the minutes of August 15th and September 10th.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor? Those opposed? Motion carries.
September 10th.
Both of them, I think she said.
Oh, you said both?
What were the dates again? The 10th and the what?
September 10th and August 15th.
Okay. Okay. Treasurer's report.
Okay, I went in to see the town accountant, and they do not have their new computer program system, operating system up yet, so I have no idea what the two Middleborough gas and electric bills will be. He said that we probably wouldn't get it until October. They would start to do that. So the townhouse account remains at $4,500, and the historical commission account remains at $500.
And the scholarship remains the same also? Scholarship account would remain?
Scholarship account is $3,877.14. The August interest was $329 and the July interest was $329.
Okay, motion to accept as read.
So moved.
All in favor? Those opposed? Motion carries.
Correspondence.
Correspondence. Do we have any correspondence?
I have correspondence. First of all, we have a letter an email from Rita Garbutt, the town administrator, about Daniel Panzeri's request about the statue in order to commemorate John Sassaman. We also have a open meeting law training, which will take place on Monday, October 22nd. The times are 3 to 5 and 6 to 8. And there will also be October 3rd, the discrimination training, which is 1 to 3, 4 to 6, and 7 to 9. I sent that one out as an email. This open meeting law one came through today. And also, I received a message from Scarvett about, she was emailing me a copy of the reserve fund transfer, which would be something that we would need to talk about.
Okay.
So that's all I have. Did you get any of the mail?
No, the box was empty.
Okay, so those are the ones. Do you have some?
I do. I received an email that I'll share with you from Gage Ramsden. Gage received the educational scholarship for the garden beds that he did through his Eagle Scout project. He did the garden beds at the Lakeville Senior Center. So it's a really nice thank you letter. It was a $250 scholarship, and he has pictures of the garden beds that he did. So here's another copy. So I responded to him and congratulated him on his work.
Pass them around. You should explain what his Eagle Scout project was. Somebody want to comment?
So he, as the Eagle Scout project, he and his scouts rebuilt the garden area in the Lakeville Senior Center yard. And they built wooden garden beds that are elevated from the ground. They, I think, varnished them or did something to the wood. And he purchased flowers, and they planted flowers in the garden beds.
These are raised up so that they're easily accessible.
Yes. Yeah, they're to the right of the senior center when you enter.
I have a copy.
I got a
Minutes.
Okay.
Nice.
So we would invite everybody to go to the senior center yard and see, what he accomplished.
Yep. And the $250 scholarship is available to Eagle Scout projects that can benefit Lakeville. And I think Gage is the maybe third Eagle Scout that has received the scholarship.
So he's waiting to hear whether or not his project.
Right. Yep.
And it's also open to other individuals besides Eagle Scouts.
Okay, unfinished business. Long-range plans, project, and area recognition. What do we have?
I see we have nothing further this time.
Okay, scholarship.
Historic townhouse first.
Cemeteries.
Historic townhouse.
We just,
Oh, you missed, okay, sorry. Historic townhouse.
So the flowers look good. I watered them the
We
last
haven't
2
managed to
weeks.
kill them yet.
I didn't need to really
I have
water
the next
them.
two, I have the next 2 weeks.
Okay,
so
I wanted to make sure I knew who was taking
Yes,
care of
I
it.
watered the
Okay.
flowers on the week that I was supposed to. That's all I had.
I did too,
the
because I
2
saw
weeks
it.
I did.
That's great.
I had that awful hot weather.
Yeah, I did
If
too.
I don't,
We
they
still
don't dine
need to
out,
have
they're
the-
they're gonna make it.
Yeah.
Shutters come off for painting. And we have other repair items to be done here, including the 2 doors. There's issues with both of those. And
The ramp.
the ramp. We can talk about the ramp now, or we can talk about it under new business. It's up to you.
Well, it really should be under old business, I would think. Let's just do it.
It's a selectmen's meeting. It's under new business.
So the selectmen seem to be supportive of it.
Overall, that seems to be true.
Yep.
So what's the next step that we have to do?
We need to meet with the FinCom Finance Committee,
Okay, right?
so we need a letter.
Is this the document that gets it out of?
That's a transfer sheet, so I think it was just so that we would have available what we needed to ask for. Because the money was not encumbered at the end of the fiscal year, it automatically went into free cash. And we really need it back. So we were under the impression it was going to be encumbered. It wasn't. So, we have a motion that I could approach the Finance Committee with a letter.
Okay. Somebody want to make a motion that our secretary write a letter to FinCom and request to meet with them? Is that the correct wording? So that we can discuss funding for
Okay.
the new ramp using, what's the term?
It's to encumber the
Well, we need
money
to ask
from
for,
fiscal year 2018,
we need to ask for our money back out of free cash.
so that we can do the ramp.
Okay, but I thought we also had to discuss grant money.
Yes, and then we want to have them take our current money for this fiscal 19
Right.
and put that towards the balance of the grant.
Okay, so we make that a motion?
You did, I think.
So moved.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor? Those opposed? Motion carries. Any other townhouse issues? Scholarship?
No new news.
Okay. Cemeteries?
We're inching closer to putting the fence back between Precinct and Thompson Hill.
Lakeville Perspectives Programs and Archaeology Month.
Okay, I'm going to be ordering a film based on its availability. So I have a couple of different films to see which one we can get for October's archaeology week. So as soon as I know, I will send you out an email.
Okay, Veterans Cannon Honor Roll and Bricks.
Yes, so today I went to see Tracy with the minutes from our October meeting in 2016, because we have a line on a cannon from Portsmouth, but they wanted a more updated letter. So I got a new letter today signed by Rita with a new date on it of October of this year, so we can send this to the Portsmouth Navy Yard and see if they can get us a cannon.
Nice.
And
Oh,
what
that's
kind
a
of
good
a cannon is it? What kind
It's a
of,
port cannon.
I mean, do we have a year, a circa year?
It's an old cannon.
An old one?
Old cannon.
Is it,
Older than World War I?
Older than, well, maybe about the same time.
is it big?
big. John Powley said, we get it, he'll find someone to come and get it for us, because he happened to be there at the time.
Nice, very nice.
So we'll see. They've taken one that they had, they refurbished it, and it looks beautiful. So Marty's gonna take a picture of it and bring it, so we can see what it looks like.
So this is a refurbished cannon?
We'll have to refurbish it ourselves. But I've spoken to Will about getting help with anything that we get. He's game. He said he'll find us help.
Okay, thank you. I think we should mention at this time, the reason why we have been pursuing a cannon for about 40 years is that Lakeville had a World War I cannon that was taken in a World War II scrap drive and cut up for the war effort. And Lakeville was promised a cannon to replace the cannon that we lost, which was a Veterans Memorial. And so we've been trying to find a replacement cannon. And this looks like one of the best possibilities we've had in a long time.
Now, where was the cannon located?
The one,
the one, original one.
across the street at Dick Rinderman Square by the church.
There's a cement slab there, and the garden club put a granite bench on it, but that's where the original cannon was. So if we get a cannon, then the bench will move to maybe somewhere near the original World War I stone.
So we would put it back in its original spot.
If it fits, yes.
Nice.
Yeah, well, I guess we have to get measurements. Hopefully, you know, we're not that far advanced quite yet.
The other fact would be we'd have to make sure that the cement that exists there is in a condition that it would
Or
support.
rebuild it.
And if it's large enough.
I think it's fine, but what do I know?
I think we'd have to go to the selectmen too, just to let them get their input.
Yeah, well, once we do get to that point,
Yeah.
we can go forward. But they already know about this, so we're not remiss in letting them know.
Okay, inventory. Any
Cemeteries?
cemetery?
I'm still working on the cemeteries.
Okay.
It's a lot of work.
Of course. Lakeville's 175th anniversary in 2028. 10 years and counting.
I think there's nothing further at this time.
Okay. But everyone should be reminded that it'll be Lakeville's 175th anniversary in 2028, which is just a couple of weeks away.
That's what it seems like.
Yeah,
I know, before you know it,
It will be,
it will be
The
here.
next item is Index of History.
are we calling this a draft?
It's a
Does
draft,
anyone
yeah.
check something
It's
says draft?
90% complete. Index of the History of the Town of Lakeville. There's a copy for with the Historical Commission, a copy in the Lakeville Library, and a copy in the Lakeville Historical Museum.
Will it ever be published for sale? For
Yes.
people who
I think,
own
if
the...
I recall correctly, when we started this with Susan Pfister years ago,
Oh, yes.
where the intention was to print a separate copy of the index, because the Vickers family did not want it attached to the current copy of the 1953, because there was never an index for that book. So it would be additional copy, and that as long we're not quite there yet, but we would anticipate that before 2028 it would be published.
Well, hopefully within a year.
So we're going to have to go through it and check.
Yes. Will that money come out of Pole or the Lakeville, or out of Pole?
Too soon to say.
Now, that isn't anything that could come out of the Historical Commission budget? The $500?
No, it would
Because
have to
it's a
come out of
fun-
whole. Or it
fundraiser.
could come out, if we printed it for the anniversary, we received money in the anniversary from 2003 that we put for beginning things, so it might come out of that. But then that money would go back to the anniversary.
To explain, right now it is up to 52 pages.
Wow.
2 columns per page. about 10 years of work.
Regarding the anniversary accounts, are there any other accounts that haven't been used?
Under the anniversary account, the parade committee was unable to produce a video because of the copyright restrictions on the music that was used in the parade. So they found that it was not financially feasible. They would have had to sell, even with the lead money, they would have had to sell the video for more money than people would be willing to pay. So that's why they didn't use that money. So it's basically that and the money that we set aside for the scholarship, which is outside that now, and the money that was left over that we decided to put towards 2028 is there. So there's a little bit. Well, in 2003, when we started really before 2003, we had no lead money.
Right.
We had no lead money at all. So
Should I be finding out how much money is in that anniversary account?
that probably would be a good idea. Because
And that's what it's called, the anniversary account?
yes, I think it's for 2000, for the 175th anniversary. It was, we had earmarked it for the next
150th.
anniversary, which is the 175th anniversary.
Okay, trip?
One item that we want to probably keep in our minds is if we want to write a book for the 175th anniversary,
We need to do a book for the 150th.
we'll want to start thinking of the various chapters, of various stories that we want to put in that 175th book.
And photographs of
Yeah.
things that have changed.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, yes, I would agree.
That's a
We
good
we
idea.
need to, the Gladys Figures history covers from 1853 to 1953. The next book covers the next 25 years.
1954 to
And so we need to update from that point, and anything that was left out of the other books of significance. It's not going to be an easy job. I mean, it's time-consuming. We need a volunteer, maybe someone's listening who wants to do it. A book on the history of Lakeville, updating Lakeville's history.
A group of writers. We have that in town, don't we? Doesn't the
we
senior center
need
have a
an
writing?
editor. We need an editor, really.
We do, we need an editor. But the
Editors.
writing group at the Lakeville Senior Center might be.
That's a good thought,
group to
yes.
tackle. And there's one, I think, at the library.
Sorry?
I think there's a writers group at the library, too.
It's a
Is there?
poetry- I think there's a poetry group.
Well, we can find out.
Yeah.
Trip. We had talked about doing a trip to the Paul Revere House.
Yep, I sent to the chair of the Canton Historical Commission 2 dates in September and open in October, Saturday dates. I haven't heard back from him, so I will contact him again and I'll connect with the person that I know on the Historical Commission also to see if we can get some dates. But we figured a Saturday would be good.
Is this the Historical Commission or the Historical Society?
I think it's a commission, but I'll find out. Are there any dates, Saturdays in October, that you can't do? I can't do the long weekend, which is the first weekend.
6th through the 8th.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I didn't realize that we had a holiday right in the middle of all this. So let's say the 3rd or the 4th Saturday,
The 20th and the 27th
you know, whatever they are.
of October.
You could do?
Yes, those would be the best ones to me, without knowing other meetings that I have to go to.
I wouldn't be able to do the 20th.
I couldn't either do the 20th, so maybe the 27th.
27th.
Okay. So the date remaining in September is next Saturday, the 22nd. If he is available, could you do the 22nd?
Of September, till the museum is open.
Okay.
There's no way I can get away.
Okay.
Can't do Saturday.
So let me focus on October 27th then.
Right.
Okay.
And where are we going?
It would be the Paul Revere Historic Site in Canton.
Okay. Has anyone ever been to it?
No.
Neither have I.
I've only been to the house.
Pretty interesting looking at it. Looked at it online. It's pretty
Yeah, I
interesting.
think it would be.
LPL exhibit.
All of the materials have been given back to their owners. I have one person I still have to see, and the material I'll be bringing to the Historical Society that they loaned us on Saturday. So everybody seemed happy.
And you want to explain what it was?
It was cookbooks and aprons, etc., and it showed cookbooks and aprons over time, and some of the etc. were some of the tools that cooks would have used in food preparation. And we had lots of cookbooks. And anything that we sold went to the gallery committee to further materials for hanging exhibits. And the balance of the books went to the Friends of the Lakeville Library for their book sale, so there's still books available for sale. So we thank everybody who cleaned out their bookcases too.
Okay. Other business under unfinished business. Moving on to new business. Demolition sign-offs,
There were none for this month.
gifts.
I have 5 more tubs of things from Kathy Danforth,
Okay.
which I'm gonna go through because there's some interesting things in there, but they're pretty dirty and dusty. And I wanna see what's in there before I turn them over. I mean, some of them, like, okay, Garish was the postmaster, like from the late 1800s and early 1900s. I mean, the ledgers are dirty, but there were interesting things in there, like who bought money orders from him, and one of them was Charlotte Mitchell. So, I mean, I want to go through it, because I hate to see something like that thrown away just because it was dirty.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go through them and see what's there before I bring them to the museum, and see what I think we could salvage, instead of just saying they're dirty, we can't keep them.
Right.
But some of the fact is, it's just time. It dust and time that
Right,
cause the
yeah.
ledgers to have
I mean, the
be
tubs
soiled.
are,
It's not mold.
they don't seem to be moldy, they're just
No, I
dirty.
think it was stored in a dry place. Like that. But the thing that we said is, if there is a condition that we can't place them in the museum or into the local history room, what we could do is copy them so that they would be able to still be preserved. So one way or the other, the information will still be there, especially for anybody who wants to do research. But it's just an age thing. If you were over 100 years old, you would accumulate certain levels of dust. And paper too, it depends upon the paper that was used, the quality, the degree of wood pulp actually, or rag that was in the paper. That makes a difference, and it has a tendency to change the color. So it usually yellows or turns to light brown. So that's not always soil, but it's just an advanced deterioration of the paper. So.
I mean, I noticed on some of these, the covers were like going back this way, like frayed, but the pages inside were not in bad condition, so I'm gonna just see what we have.
So Joan thought that if she went through and looked to see what the material was, then we could just make a determination on what needed to be copied, as opposed, so that we would be able to. Because the other thing is that people, usually when we have original copies like that, we don't allow hand access because of the way paper reacts to the oils in your hands. So you either use gloves, or even if you use gloves, if the paper is very brittle, it will disintegrate. So we have to make a determination based on what her observances are, and I trust her opinion, about the paper quality, so that we can save the information, but maybe not have the original be placed in an area where people would reference it or handle it, so, which is what we did with all the older street directories that we had that were published, commercial directories. The original ones are in the Mary Fuller room at the Historic Library, at the Lakeville Library, and that we photocopied and sleeve-filled binders of all of those so that people could access the actual printed page, but they couldn't, the quality of the paper even from the early 1900s, is very brittle. It wasn't really meant to be an archival material. You know, it's not, and that's just normal wear and tear. So we would deal with it the same way that we dealt with the other products.
Okay, Lakeville Arts and Music Festival, Saturday, September 29th. Any comments?
We're going to have 3 people helping. And we're going to have change, money.
Well, who normally does the arts and music?
I usually do the setup. We're right there in front of the bookcases.
I'll be back in our usual place probably
What day of the week is it?
Saturday.
Okay.
It's the last Saturday of September.
Well, I'll be at the museum in the morning. So,
Well, that's at 12 o'clock, right?
We're
Kathy's going to be
You're
in
gonna
the
come
morning.
till 12 and
And we
then
need
we're gonna come to
materials
town.
from the museum. We need copies of Gladys Reader's history. We need
Right.
some of the museum maps, because we also sell them and we have a separate envelope for their money.
right, you know, those can be gathered. Okay, moving on, Native American statue and selectmen's meeting of September 10th. Anybody want to make any comments, suggestions, ideas? Just to summarize, Mr. Daniel Cassini?
Casari.
Casera, okay. Was with us at the meeting with the selectmen, and his proposal is to do a statue of the Native American John Sasson, who is quite significant to Lakeville history, and we had a long discussion with the selectmen and Dan, and so it's still under discussion. Some other possibilities were mentioned for possible statues of Indians or Native Americans, and he would prefer John Sasson's statue to be done.
So we probably should talk about a couple of things.
So you want to make some comments
Yeah,
to
first
explain?
of all, this had been an idea that you had a number of years ago when Mary Fuller was on the commission, and she contacted what is now the Commonwealth of Massachusetts on Indian Affairs, MCIA is the new name. They were formed in '74, so I'm trying to figure out, they probably were the same group of people, maybe the same name, that she contacted, and they felt very strongly because Sassaman had basically told the English that King Philip was going to have some kind of action against the colonists. They considered it a traitor, and they would not support the statue at that time. So at that time, we did nothing further once we were told that. So this brings it up again. And one of the things I did is I went into Mass Government and found a new file. Was a copy of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts on Indian Affairs, which was formed in 1974 for Mass General Laws, Chapter 6A, Section 8A, and it's housed in the Department of Housing and Commerce Development, Communication Development. So there's a history about the tribal people that were living here, and how many that are currently living. As of 2010, there are 37,000 people who identify themselves as Native Americans living in Massachusetts. They have 7-member tribal councils, and the governor appoints people for 3-year terms. And they represent different areas. Some of them represent their county, which would be all the counties in Massachusetts. Some of them have represent Native American organizations or tribal groups. And so they're at 100 Cambridge Street, Suite 300 of Boston. And currently the executive director is Joan Peters, and the administrative assistant is Bird Stanley. And the other people represent different areas. Some represent the North Shore, the Native American Indian Center of Boston and Suffolk County, the Mashpee Wampanoag Tribe, Barnstable and Plymouth Counties, Nipmuc and Worcester and Middlesex Counties, Bristol and Norfolk Counties, and the Western Mass and Wampanoag Tribe of Gayhead. At the listing in the website, it said that currently there's no individuals representing them, so there's a 5-member out of the 7-member. One of the important things that I think I found was a paper that you have. It's printed. It's from 2001. It was a news release, but it was a statement of the U.S. Commission on Civil Rights on the use of Native American images and nicknames as sports symbols. But it also addressed the fact that anyone who is not a Native American should not be dressing up as a Native American and doing presentations. So I think that we need to rethink some of the things we're doing. And they're concerned about the stereotyping in racial, ethnic, religious, or other groups when promoted by all sorts of people like public education, and how it's offensive to them. So I think that you need to everybody needs to peruse this statement, although most of it is towards sports symbols. It does have ramifications for what we do with children in schools, as well as in other areas like powwows and things like that, where people who don't have Native American blood really should not be attiring themselves, especially because there's a big misconception about what the woodland Indians in our area, the way they dressed, and the whole thing with the war bonnet, which is really a Western tribal thing, and it was only worn by a few individuals, not every single brave person. And so just be aware. I think we need to be aware that people find it as a stereotyping issue, and also the fact that they find it offensive. It hurts their feelings. And there's so much more to being a Native American than just the appearance of clothing and stuff like that. So I think that's really important, that we need to kind of understand this whole thing that they're talking about before we do anything else, before we go further. So maybe we should kind of investigate that as individuals and talk about it at our October meeting.
Could we invite Dan, pronounce his name again? Kasseri? Okay. Could we invite him to our October meeting and tell him and ask him what his background information is that leads him to his conclusions that the statute should be done? Is that reasonable?
He has a very thorough story on his website too, on Miss John Sassaman recommendation.
Okay, that's good.
Do you think between now and the October meeting we could have a conversation with the Bureau of Indian Affairs and see if they'd be interested in even meeting with a few of us to talk through ideas? They'll have ideas that we're not even thinking of. I think if we could involve that group in the conversation and options, it would be very helpful. So maybe Dan would want to go with us into Boston.
Okay. Any other discussion about the Native American statute?
So I have the woman's name who knows about the costs of statues from Bridgewater State University. What I thought I would do would be just make contact with her and give her my email, maybe give her all of our emails, and just make the contact and say we're doing investigating. I know that Dan Kasseri wanted her email also, so I think I will send him her email too.
Do you know what her name is?
I do. It is. Just want to- Jennifer Sipiora, Sipiora, and her email is jenniferlynnpacheco@gmail.com.
PACHUC.
Yep,
And what was the rest of it?
jenniferlynnpacheco@gmail.com.
Lynn with two N's.
N-O-E?
JenniferLynnPacheco@gmail.com. And she's from the art department at Bridgewater State University.
Which certainly would be a good source of information.
Yep.
Any more Native American statute discussion?
Who wants to call the Bureau of Indian Affairs? Okay.
Okay, moving on, other business.
We just have the trainings, so we need to make sure
We
that
have two-
everyone is doing.
2 training sessions. One is on the open meeting law, and the other one is what?
The other one is the discrimination training on October 3rd. I sent everybody a copy of that so that you could either contact Tracy, or was, not Tracy, Lorraine Camaroni, directly, and I assume that everybody signed up.
So I think that's October 4th at 4 o'clock. Oh, maybe there were 2 different days.
There's
There
two
might have been 2 days. Okay, I signed up for the October 4th.
I think there were 2 different dates, October 3rd or 4th.
Okay.
1 to 3, 4 to 6, and 7 to 9. Then the other one is the one that just came in the email this morning, and that's October 22nd. It's the open meeting law. The last time we did, it's been a while since they've done open meeting law. So this is the one that, it's at the library on Monday, October 22nd, from 3 to 5 or 6 to 8.
And where is the other one?
They're both at the library.
At the library, okay.
Do we have to sign up for that one too, or through?
It's for a
Lorraine?
commission.
Now,
If you tell me what you want to do, I'll just send an email tomorrow to Lorraine.
I already signed up for the 4th, October 4th.
You're all set.
Yeah.
Me too.
So basically, I think everyone's all set on the October 3rd, 4th one, but I need the October 22nd one.
I'm going to try to do 6 o'clock.
Okay, Kathleen, 6.
The same with me, 6 o'clock.
You ready to try 6?
Yeah, I'll do 6 o'clock.
Is that 6 to 8?
6 to 8? How about you, June?
I think 6 to 8.
You're doing 6 to 8?
I think so.
Brian and I.
Oh, actually,
2 to 4 is actually better for me.
3 to 5?
Yeah, 3 to 5.
So you're going to do 3 to 5? And Brian and I are going to do 3 to 5.
3 to 5.
yeah, I should be able to do that, because I'm doing early voting too, so I should be able to do the 6 to 8 one.
Okay, any other new business?
Now, the training on October 3rd and 4th, is that on discrimination?
That's on discrimination.
Okay. Are they both at 1 o'clock?
1 to 3, 4 to 6, and 7 to 9.
On October 3rd?
And there's one on the 4th.
And the same thing is going to be on the 4th?
I thought it was, I don't know if it's supposed to, is it 2
I
days?
think it's just the 4th.
It's not the 3rd?
I don't think so, is it?
Okay, so
I
it's
don't know,
October
because I
3rd.
have both dates down here.
I will double check the original
Yeah.
email that I
Yeah.
sent you.
Any other business?
Archaeology,
That one we already talked about.
what's the date on that?
We don't have a date yet.
Oh,
I think
okay.
Nancy's going to try to acquire a film.
Okay.
Would it be appropriate to do the film that Michael Tagayas did in Chatham, the Pendleton?
The one that he did the last time that we did the joint program with the instructors.
I don't think he did the Pendleton then. But this was the film that came out maybe 4 or 5 years ago. It was really good.
Oh, you mean that was a perfect storm?
No,
No.
it was Fatal Forecast, maybe.
Oh,
It's the true
Is it
story of the
Fatal?
rescue of people at the Pendleton outside Chatham.
yes.
It's really a great story.
Fatal forecast?
I'm pretty sure that's it.
Let's
Let
see
me
if
look
it's
it up.
available.
Yeah, I was just in Chatham today, and there's a statue there, the anchor is there, there's such nice remnants of it. Let me make sure that's the one.
Okay, any other business? Hearing none. Motion to adjourn. The Historical Commission.
Seconded.
Second,
7:02.
all in favor? Those opposed? Motion carries that we are adjourned.